Today I'm going to show you an action thriller film from 2015, titled Momentum. Be ready for spoilers ahead. The movie kicks off with a robber gang of 4, dressed in mysterious and futuristic garb, ruthlessly tortures the bank manager to open the safe. The key to the safe is the manager's body, and after an initial failure, the robbers shove 2 teeth that they had knocked out back in place, which works to open the biometric scan. The thieves only open and remove the contents of one safety deposit box, which contains diamonds and one other unidentified item. However, the situation takes a violent turn when a cunning robber is determined to kill someone before they leave. His friend reminds him of the no-killing policy, but the agitated man turns his gun on his partner. As they struggle, one pulls off his mask, revealing a woman named Alexa. Since all the hostages have seen her face, her partner argues her to kill all of them because she's been compromised, but she upholds her rule and refuses. The troubled robber picks up a gun, but Alexa shoots and kills him first. The other 3 seize his body and make a quick escape in their vehicle. The dead man's partner is furious with them for killing his partner, but Alex blames him for bringing a careless man on the heist. They pull over under a bridge and each receive their advances on the robbery, with Kevin agreeing to liquidate and distribute the remainder after 1 month. Before leaving, the third robber vows to return in 30 days to collect his money. Later, it comes to light that Alex and Kevin were once in a relationship, with Kevin being the one who enticed her into the bank robbery. Because the hostages had seen her face, Alex requests that Kevin get her papers to leave the country as soon as possible, so Kevin agrees and plans to meet in a hotel. Alex blows up the van, destroying all the evidence, including the body before fleeing the scene. Later, Alex is in her hotel room, where she learns about the bank robbery and the distribution of a sketch of her as a suspect. To change her appearance, Alex dyes her hair and changes her eye contacts before receiving a text from Kevin asking her to meet in his room. Alex makes her way down the corridors wearing only her robe, but as she approaches Kevin's door, a security guard notices her. Alex conceals her face from him, but before he can confront her, Kevin unlocks the door and reveals to the guard that she is his wife. Inside, Kevin informs Alex that the diamonds belong to well-connected individuals, but he has an insurance policy to safeguard them in the shape of a woman with knowledge. There is a knock at the door, so Alex hides beneath the bed to evade any uncertainties. When Kevin opens the door, a gunman and woman forcibly enter the room, with the man seizing the redhead and the woman thrashing Kevin. Mr. Washington, their supervisor, enters the room next. He searches the woman's purse for her phone and demands the password. Fearing the worst, she refuses to reveal anything, but Mr. Washington assures her that if she does, her death will be painless. The girl sadly hands over the code, and when Mr. Washington opens the phone, he finds a disturbing video she had saved between her and a senator with the intention of blackmailing him. Mr. Washington deletes the video, then shoots the lady in the head as she flees. Kevin begs Mr. Washington to make a deal, admitting that they are acquaintances who both work for the same senator. Alex sees Kevin collapse near the bed, but he indicates for her to remain motionless. Mr. Washington's men begin torturing Kevin, demanding a USB drive that was inside the diamond bag, but Kevin refuses. Alex watches as they severely torture Kevin on the bed directly above her and impale him with a blade. As she listens, Alex notices a USB drive taped under the bed and realizes it's what they're looking for. Alex muffles her screams as the blade pierces through Kevin. Kevin soon dies as a result of the torture, and Mr. Washington intends to pay a visit to his home, believing he may have concealed it there. Mr. Washington calls the senator in Washington and tells him that they have deleted the footage but are still looking for the drive. Meanwhile, Alex steals a gun and tries to shoot Mr. Washington, only to find it empty. The man then pursues Alex, but she manages to return to her room just before he barricades her door. Alex holds him back before loading her gun and shooting him in the foot, allowing her to lock the door. Alex manages to grab her belongings and escapes the room just before Mr. Washington and his men arrive. Alex shoots a woman before vanishing again. This time, she ambushes the man at the door, holding him at gunpoint. Mr. Washington and his men point their guns at her, astounded by her abilities and wondering who she is. Alex trails the man to the lift, then quickly moves inside, firing on the men, who return fire but eventually lose her. Alex makes it to the lobby and slips into the stairwell, but another assassin sees her. She rushes to the floor and jumps down a chute to the laundry. She disguises herself as a hotel worker and flees to the parking lot. Alex rushes into a car, but the goons have already noticed her and are closing in on her in their own vehicle. Alex drives in reverse, deftly descending the parking lot. Mr. Washington begins to fire on her, but Alex turns the car around and rushes at them head-on, causing their vehicle to swerve. A man emerges and opens fire on her, but Alex manages to flee the parking lot unscathed. Alex flees but mistakenly runs a stoplight in front of a cop, who activates his lights and begins to pursue her. The cop attempts to run her car off the road, but Alex manages to keep ahead of him until Mr. Washington's Jeep slams into the cop's car, flipping it. The accident also flips Alex's car, but she swiftly recovers and runs through a building to the third robber's secret apartment, asking him to let her in. He initially refuses, but when she says that the men after her killed Kevin, he lets her in just as they find her. The security cameras show Washington and another man attempting to break in, so the man draws a shotgun hidden under a painting, hoping that alone will deter them. Alex goes to get a phone, while the man stupidly lowers the lift, trying to lure him into a trap. Meanwhile, Alex contacts Kevin's wife, Penny, who does not want to hear from Alex because she has been banging on her husband. Alex instructs her to locate a safe containing cash and a parcel belonging to Alex, but Penny refuses and hangs up. At that moment, the elevator begins its journey, and the man stands prepared, only to face a gunshot from behind. Washington and his soldiers search with guns drawn, but they find no trace of Alex. Washington notices a window open and believes Alex has escaped. He picks up the phone and redials the last number, unaware that Alex is hiding just above him. Kevin's son answers the phone, and Washington is able to get the child to give him the entire address, so he and his men proceed to the house. Penny discovers the stolen gems in the ceiling, breaking her car's windscreen in the process. She then notices the diamonds and the windscreen glass and comes up with an idea. She also discovers Alex's passport and furiously throws it away. She is about to leave the house, but Washington's men have already burst in, trapped her, and knocked her unconscious. Washington steals her purse with the alleged gems, allowing his men to take advantage of Penny and murder her. Alex steals a bike and rides to the residence, ambushing one of the men who is looking for Kevin's son and violently beating him down. Before the attacker strikes her again, she sends the child to a safer hiding place. This time, Alex delivers a tremendous kick that knocks him down. Still standing, he charges at her, attempting to stab her, but Alex impales him instead. She pursues the other man, only to find herself caught in a trap as he presses a knife against her throat. Penny pushed him over before he could strike her, allowing Alex to stab him in the back. He starts swinging his knife at her, but Penny strikes him down with her son's toy truck, killing him. After the intense fight, Alex attempts to access the drive on Kevin's computer, but it instead sends a ping to their position. Mr. Washington receives a call from the senator regarding the drive, but he adds that they have had a minor issue with Alex. Upon hearing this, the senator decides to dispatch his right-hand man, Doug, for assistance, which infuriates Mr. Washington, forcing him to pretend to be diplomatic over the phone. He enters the hotel and receives a call from Alex herself, alerting him that she is on his trail and fooling him into admitting that they are there. Alex rushes to the hotel just in time to see Washington, and as two goons drive away with the bodies from earlier, she pursues them to an abandoned industrial complex. Clinton and Jefferson accompany Washington, with Jefferson staying behind to guard the car. Alex has crept in, but a phone call reveals her existence. Alex again holds Jefferson at gunpoint before knocking him unconscious. Alex goes to examine the bodies in the van and places the woman's head in a bag before hiding beneath the vehicle. Washington and Clinton return, transport the bodies to a big furnace, and hurl them inside. Alex contacts Washington again, this time with Jefferson at gunpoint. She insists that he return the jewels, knowing that the senator hired them to rob the bank and steal the drive. Washington only briefed the robbers about the diamonds, not the drive, and assigned them to their murder. Alex purposely reveals her presence to Washington and seeks to exchange Jefferson for the diamonds, but Washington declines. They come looking for her in the car, only to discover that Alex has set off a bomb that explodes and kills Jefferson. Washington recovers and calls Alex, only to hear her phone ring inside, indicating that she is still in the building. Alex announces her location and begins to insult Washington into revealing himself, which she achieves by ambushing him. She holds him over the balcony, but a third man knocks her down. Alex awakens chained to a chair, and Washington demands to know the whereabouts of the drive. Washington has recognized that the diamonds he had were actually broken windscreen glass, and she has nothing left to trade with. Alex refuses, so they lock her leg in a vice and begin torturing her, during which he discovers that Alex was a CIA entry specialist who quit after a job in Beirut went wrong and innocent people died. Washington threatens to kill Penny unless she locates the diamonds and drives them. This changes Alex's mind into revealing the device's whereabouts at the airport. Alex calls Penny to alert her of the transaction, and Washington stabs her in the leg to prevent Alex from fleeing during the exchange. They dress Alex in a black dress and travel to the airport, where Penny, wearing a wig, surreptitiously hands Alex the key to the box as they walk by. Washington is extremely skeptical of Alex, insisting that she open the locker and then the box. However, she duped him by placing both goods in the box's inner compartment, which, when opened by Clinton, detonated a bomb. Clinton has sustained major facial injuries but is still fighting. Meanwhile, the discovery of the third crew member leads to Penny's arrest. Clinton engages in a hand-to-hand battle with a squad of airport police but ultimately succumbs to gunfire. Washington and Alex engage in a battle, during which she successfully removes the drive she had previously embedded in his necktie. Before running for the terminal door, she stuns Washington with a hit to the face. Washington kills a police officer who stands in his way. All this time, the third baddie has been carrying a quiet Penny through the terminal mayhem. Alex rushes to him and shoots him in the head. She rushes towards the exit. Right outside the terminal, police have surrounded Washington. He pauses and raises his hands. Alex emerges and talks to Washington. She makes a comment about his tie, and Washington tries to check it. Alex yells gun and dives off. The cops start firing, and Washington falls in a spray of bullets. The lead detective initially detains Penny and the others as witnesses at the scene, but he frees them when his attention shifts elsewhere. He discovers a bag on the scene containing the head of a woman who they mistake to be Alex as she planned. The scene also revealed a few jewels, but Penny turned out to have the majority of the diamonds in her purse. She departs to visit her mother and pick up her son. A unit of Interpol police arrives and takes charge of the situation, but it is too late. Alex goes through security with a fake passport and boards an outbound flight. She has a new tech assistant, and they watch the video on the drive. The video reveals the senator's secret plans to bomb a specific building for political gain. She calls Washington's cell phone, Doug answers, and she informs him of the plans. In the final scenes, the senator and Doug talk about the problem. The senator wonders if she will cut a deal with them or become a martyr. Doug suggests that she will be a martyr, but the senator remarks that martyrs must die. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this.